welcome back to my channel, and we are on the SimGrid 90 minutes at Snetterton, which was run last night. This is split 5, so yeah, the sort of maybe the less experienced drivers or the less competitive drivers. Started 11th in the Audi R8, and what we're going to see now is basically some highlights from that race. This is the start of it, and always a bit wary at the start. You know, Snetterton, from experience, is especially going into the first couple of corners, can get a bit, you know, messy. But we've actually got through these reasonably all right. Certainly at the front, anyway. I understand that looking back at some of the replay footage, that it got a bit leery, just literally on the rolling start. But you can see that we're up like a couple of places, I think, now into the top 10, and I really had no idea what kind of pace the Audi was going to give me in the race. I'd done sort of about an hour and a half worth of practice earlier on that day, trying to get an understanding of, like, I know how Snetterton kind of works, but it's a completely different kettle of fish compared with like project cars or anything. You know, you're just driving a laser scan track, so you get every single bump and everything. And also, you know, I tried out various cars, trying to work out which ones was going to suit my style, and I sort of settled on the Audi purely because I used it, you know, across a number of different circuits, and did a number of laps in that, a number of laps in the McLaren, a number of laps in the Ferrari, and I just preferred the driving style of the Audi. So I was reasonably surprised to sort of just finish out the top 10 in quali, and really didn't have a clue where we were going to be in the race. But you can see that the sort of parts of it that the field were a bit stronger at, and you can see we're now back up right behind this sort of gaggle of cars. So it is, you know, quite competitive at the front. Luckily, there's not too much, you know, banging of doors, and yeah, I just didn't know, you know, with like 90 minutes of racing, just how this was going to pan out. I sort of worked out my pit strategy, and which I kind of use generally for most of these 90-minute races when it comes to tyres and fuel and everything. So yeah, we just go along, see how we get on. Worth noting, the Aston Martin ahead of us, he came into play quite a lot in the race, and we had some massive clean racing, despite you can slightly see there's a bit of jaggedness to the drive in there. That will be his internet connection is not quite perfect, which I actually didn't really notice too much in the race. It was just particularly there, it just seemed to be a bit slightly lagging. So yeah, we're coming up to the end of the second lap. You can say that we're still within, yeah, you know, chasing down it well in the top 10, and we shall see how we get on. So we're at lap 35 now, and you can see that the Aston Martin, I haven't been behind this Aston Martin for the whole race, by the way, just to let you know, but I've ended up catching up to the Aston Martin quite quickly, and still, even after putting this video together, I still do not know where the lack of pace has suddenly gone from this Aston Martin, because he was proper struggling, and you'll see it over the next couple of laps just how difficult it was in parts, not only for him but for me as well. I suspect it could be something to do with he chose not to put on new set of tyres, and traction out of the corners was being a massive issue to him. So if we have a look, and then we can sort of guide you round. So going down the back straight, I think it's quite, although I've got slip stream, I think there's more power in the Audi. As we come into the this sort of really tight left and right, see, kind of pulls away, so his traction's not too bad. Then we get to this very long right-hander, and I think this is where the tyres start to sort of scream if they're not working that well, and we've sort of gained a bit of time on him. Don't quite get the corner right there, and we're sort of equal as we sort of leave going on to the start-finish straight. But this turned into just a really fair battle with each other. We literally were side by side and just managed to just really keep it together. Didn't get any sort of, any incident penalties or anything like that for touching each other. He was very good at being defensive, but at the same time Snetterton isn't exactly the track that you can easily pass on as well. So I always found that this sort of sector 2 was probably my strongest part, and I think that's more likely to having a fresh set of tyres, which I did at the time. You'll notice that coming off that corner there we were quite good, and then coming into this corner, providing that I got the braking right, I was just able to just really close up behind him, and I was kind of hoping for a bit of a slipstream as well going onto the back straight, but unfortunately in one case lost the rear end slightly, and in this case I just didn't really get the drive out of the corner, which is what I needed. So you see, we're darting around a bit, trying to maybe push him into a bit of a mistake, but actually it just was not going to happen any time soon. There was sort of very little mistakes done sort of really by any of us. So we got the run on him again, up the start finish straight. He's obviously going to dart to the inside, so going to try and look to the outside, but the braking, just left the braking a bit too late, so I went a bit deep into the corner. Again, he's covering off the inside to this, so I thought I'd try and go around the outside, but he's sort of done the cutback, which sort of made it quite difficult to sort of get on the inside of him. So yeah, just some very clever driving, very sensible driving as well. So we're coming into, again, my favourite sector. Going to try and see what we can do here. Again, got the drive out that corner. Looks a bit better. And this will be the next corner where hopefully I might be able to get something, but he's actually done quite well there. But again, you can see the traction just a bit better from the Audi there. He just thought about it, but we're just not going to really be able to get on the inside, because that's quite a fast corner to try and dive, and that was probably going to end up with us both going off. So, next lap coming up. Haven't got the run on him this time, although we're gaining on him slightly. I'll give a little bit of a look, try and scare him into something. But certainly got the better run here. He's going to hug the inside, braking quite late. He's on the right hand side there. Where's he going to come out? Yeah, you see, he's got better traction out of that corner. So that was never going to work. And here we go. Better traction here. So he's going to hug the inside line to this corner. We're going to try and go around the outside. Better on the brakes. We've actually cleared him, but because we're on the outside, he's going to... Oh, look at that. We're pretty much alongside each other. But now I'm on the outside going into the next corner. It's not really going to work. And he takes, but he runs a bit wide. And here's where the traction from the Audi. And there you have it. Looks like we're going to get through and past. And yes, we're through. So I just thought I'd just do a little brief highlight of that run for you guys. And until next time, see you all soon.